Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making rice and beans together and stewed chicken on the side. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have some oil in my little pan and I'm going to put some ham in it. So I have this cubed ham. I'm going to put some ham inside. Make sure your heat is very low so it doesn't splash up at you. Okay. Okay. And ham. I'm also going to add some red onion to it. Okay. So while this is cooking up a little, the onion is breaking down and the ham is cooking. In this pan, I'm going to put my chicken. I have 4 chicken legs. I put some slices in it. I seasoned it with adobo and Mrs. Dash, about a tablespoon of adobo and a couple of dashes of Mrs. Dash, and I'm just going to put it in here. I'm going to put it head to feet, so see the fat part to the skinny part to the fat part, like that, so they could fit perfectly on the bottom here of the pan. See that? Okay. Let me wash my hand a minute. And I'll gather some water. So, in here, in the chicken, first I'm going to turn it on. Sorry about that. I'm not used to the stove yet. It's new. I'm going to put it maybe to medium because I am going to be putting water in here. So, now that I wash my hands, let me dry them. So I touch the chicken. I'm going to be putting in here a packet of safran with chicken. I'm going to be putting some sofrito in here. Let me shake it down a bit. About a tablespoon. And also some of this pecano, which is made with cilantro. Like I always say, if you don't like cilantro, don't use it. I like cilantro. Another tablespoonful. I'm going to be filling it with water, but only to cover the chicken. So I'm going to pour it on the side, not over the chicken, so all the seasoning will come out. So see how it just only covers the chicken barely. Because I don't want any of the seasonings from the chicken to come out. I'll move around a little bit of the seasoning. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of adobo in here. And I'll throw a little bit more Mrs. Dash, see, a couple of dashes. Okay, so this pretty much is going to cook by itself. I'm going to cover it, and that's going to cook on its own. So let me wash my hands again and get a spoon to the rice. Okay, so yeah, my little pot moves around now. Okay, so it looks pretty good. I think I can add the beans now. I'm gonna add a can of red beans, but I'm gonna add it with liquid and all. If you don't want to add the liquid, you don't have to do it, but I do that. With liquid and all. Okay. I'm gonna use the can and fill it up with water. I'm going to use half of this packet of Goya. It's the ham flavor. See, it says jamon, that's ham flavor. It's just a half a pack because it's very strong and it already has ham in it. I'm probably going to use a pack of sazon in there for color too. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of adobo in there. I'm also going to put some of my sofrito. That's about a teaspoon. Okay. Let me wipe my stove. I got something on it. Okay. Okay, so for this, we're going to need either tomato sauce or tomato paste, some tomato-based product in here. And like I always say, if you don't have tomato sauce or tomato sauce paste, use ketchup, use salsa, whatever has tomato in it, because not having an ingredient never stops me from cooking. I mean, it shouldn't stop anybody from cooking and feeding their family. So today, just to make it interesting, I'm going to use a can of tomato soup. I'm going to put half a can in here and half a can in the chicken. And the other half a can is going into the chicken. And I'm going to get my other spoon that I use for the chicken. To move the chicken around. Okay. That's it. Just move the sauce around a little bit. Like I said, this is going to cook pretty much by itself. So by the time the rice and beans are done, the chicken should be done. Okay, it's gonna be about medium heat for the chicken because it has to come to a boil and cook. Now I told you I put water in the can. About 3/4. I filled it up. I'm only moving it because there's sauce still in there from the beans. And I'm just going to check to see, since I'm going to make rice in here. Okay. I'll check after I put the rice in, and I'll tell you if I put the whole 3/4 of a can, or if I'm going to need a whole can, or I'm going to need a half a can. For now, I put about a half a can. I'm going to let it boil a little bit. I did wash my rice. Like I said, I never measure, but you see how this bowl is close in size? It's pretty much, if you put it over this, it's close in size to that. So, you know, I try to put it not all the way to the top because the rice will grow after it cooks. So that's kind of the way I measure. I don't really measure like in cups. So I'm just waiting for it to boil a little bit. I might raise it slightly to let it boil. See how my chicken is boiling already? And my poor stove is getting all dirty. But I guess that's what happens when you cook. Okay, I might lower it slightly. Still be like a medium. I just don't want it to splash up too much. And I'll raise this one a little till it starts. I see it's starting to bubble right there. So once it starts that bubbling, which I see it happening, the bubbling is happening. See it? So, okay, I'm gonna be putting my rice in. I have clean hands. See my nails, everything, because I use my hands for everything. Even though it's my family eating, so you shouldn't care, but I'm just telling you. I always use my hands for everything when I'm cooking. So I'm gonna put the rice in here. After I washed it. If you don't want to wash your rice, it's up to you. I wash it because of the starch and because sometimes it has other things in the bag that gets thrown in there. Little rocks or other things. And you can find them when you wash the rice. Okay. Okay, so now let me check my water level. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add the little bit of water that was left. Definitely. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna add the rest of the 3/4 can of water that was left inside my bean can. I'm gonna add it in. So I did 3/4 of a can. The bean can. Okay. I'll let you know when the rice evaporates and I check it and I taste it. I could tell by if it's too toothy. What I mean by toothy is it has too much of a bite where you could taste that it's raw rice, and I could tell that it needs more water. I'm gonna tell you how you can fix that if that happens to you. It's better to have too little bit of water than too much water, because you can't remove the water once it's in there and it boils in there. It'll make the rice too sticky. Some people don't like really sticky rice. So, okay, so I'll be back with you when this evaporates and I could check on the water to see if it's too much water or too little bit. I'll be back. Okay guys, well, after my rice evaporated, it was about 10 minutes or so, I covered it and I lowered it, and then I came back after like 10 minutes or so and I flipped the rice, because this is the way I was taught how to make rice. Pick up the rice from the bottom of the pot and flip it towards the top so it could cook evenly. That's the way I was taught to do it, so that's the way I do it. So I did that, then I covered it and I came back again. It's been like 15 minutes later, so I'm doing it again, and I'm gonna check the doneness of the rice. Oh, I did forget to add my packet of sazon. I just realized it. That's why my rice isn't as orangey as it probably would be. But my chicken has a lot of sauce and very flavorful, as you can see here. And that sauce is going to go over the rice, so it's going to have really good flavor and enough color. Okay, so I'm going to check the rice. It's pretty good. If, let's say, if you ate it and it tasted a little bit toothy, then you would, good. You would take about that much water in a cup, and then you just pour it around the edges. By the steam by itself would finish cooking it up, but this rice has enough water, doesn't need any more water. So I'm going to cover it for now, and I'm going to check my chicken. See how the liquid evaporated and made a very thick sauce, and is very, very flavorful. So that's going to go over the rice. So this is stewed chicken. I mean, if I was making it with white rice, I would have added to this chicken stew, I would have added cut up potatoes, cut up carrots, maybe corn on the cob cut up. But since I have rice and beans, I decided just to stew the chicken by itself. But you see how it's very thick and is very flavorful. Very flavorful. So okay, so when we come back, I'll show you how to make the plate. Okay, now so my food is done, so I'm gonna make a plate now. You could put any color beans in your rice. I just decided to use kidney beans, which was dark red ones. You can use pink beans. You can use black beans if you really want to. You can put chorizo instead of ham. You could put any type of meat in here. Or you don't have to put any meat at all if you really don't want to. I just decided to put ham in it. Okay, so there we go. Okay, see, I know my chicken is done, so I'm not even gonna check it. See, I will put 2 legs on the side like that, and then I would grab some of the liquid like this and put it right over the rice to give it some more flavor. Like that, and pretty much that's your plate. Arroz con habichuela, or rice and beans together, and stewed chicken. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and remember, no matter what ingredients you have or what equipment you're using or what's your situation, you can always make a great meal. Thanks for watching. Bye.